Paul, your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, it's a pretty ugly game from our point of view, but I think it showed us how much we missed your likes of Ian Watson and Mike Wainwright. When we didn't have the old heads out there and to steady the ship, and we did look a team lacking a lot of direction. But there's some good individual performances from the same culprits who do it week in, week out. But end of the day, we come away with another win, 100% record. Not in the fashion that we would have liked, to be honest, but it's a win and we're still undefeated, so we can take a positive from that.
In a lot of ways, it's a very similar game to the game at Blackpool a few weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah, credit Blackpool. They're a much improved side. They've got some quality players in there, and I'm sure they're looking forward to their opening game against Swinton and making a mark on Division 2 this year. And they're a tough side to play against. They make things difficult. I think it doesn't help having so many ex-Leigh players that have come through our ranks. It probably gives them that bit more of incentive to beat Leigh or play well against Leigh. So like I say, it's a bit of an ugly win, but it's better than a pretty loss.
And I suppose, was there any standout performances for you from a coaching point of view today?
I think probably both our dummy halves. If you count Aaron Smith as a dummy half, but he's been consistently good for us week in, week out, and he showed up again today. And I think Dave McConnell as well made a lot of progress down the middle of the park. Unfortunately, too many of his colleagues were a bit too far off the pace and not up with him. There's ample yards to make there, but they weren't reading the game properly, and like I say, a little off the mark today.
So I would imagine there's plenty of improvement ahead of this Thursday's clash against Salford. How do you approach that now?
Well, yeah, I think we're in tomorrow, have a bit of a clear up and start looking at Salford already, and we won't need to do much because the intensity will be there straight away. The lads know what it's about, and these are the type of games you want to be playing in. So it's easy to get up for these sort of games against the big teams, as we've showed against Widnes in the previous 2 games we've played against those guys. So the league starts this week, and it's let's have a look. It's new opposition for us, but we're playing the favourites, and we'll not need much psyching up for this one.
Chris, your thoughts on today's game?
We knew coming here it was always going to be a tough game, and we'd heard whispers they were going to field a weakened side, but that wasn't the case at all. I think they rested 2 players, otherwise it was the first choice, so we was up against it from the start. I mean, they're going to be challenging for Division 1, and we're battling, as everyone knows, for our first win. But I thought we'd put a real big effort in and made them work all the way through the game to get the points.
Gutsy, I think, would be one word describing it.
Yeah, we've been described that way a couple of times this season, and I think it's something that Martin's instilled in us. We work a lot harder for each other, and I think that sort of work ethic's going to stand us in good stead when we move into our own division starting Good Friday. I think we should be on for a few wins.
Do you feel that sort of like with this grounding that you've had, because it's been quite a tough competition group for you, hasn't it, that it will stand you in good stead for the league campaign? Yeah,
I think it's been the toughest group, two of the best in Division 1, and Barrow, who were probably highest placed but didn't go up in our division, so it can only stand us in good stead. I mean, if we'd have been racking up some big defeats, it could have gone the other way, but we've not had that this year. We've really stuck at it and dug in, and it stands us in good stead, definitely. If we can put that sort of defensive display on and tweak a few things in attack, then the wins are definitely going to come.
Tell you right at the start of that second half, I think you had a few Leigh players twitching with the way that you came back at them. Just couldn't quite get it in the end, but lot to build on from this game.
Yeah, well, we said in the changing room it was unlucky to come in 10-0 down when they scored just before half time, so we said to stand a chance we needed to score first. We did that within the first couple of minutes, but we didn't quite capitalise on it. If we could have scored again, and I think it would have been definitely a game on right till the end, but they managed a couple of quick fire tries, and then it was just an arm wrestle that we stayed in but couldn't quite produce anything that was going to break them down at the end.
So I suppose, what are your thoughts heading into this game? How do you treat it? Because it's like a short turnaround, isn't it? You've only got a few days to prepare for the Swinton game.
Yeah, well, we've picked up a couple of knocks again, which we'd already had a few before going into this game. I think we've got to make sure that everyone gets the rehab that they need in these next couple of days, and then probably midweek we start looking at Swinton and what we do to try and come up with the points against them. And then obviously it's a quick turnaround again till we play Doncaster, and it'll just be a recovery job over the weekend and straight into that.